Hello everyone, Charles Moon here, Prosper Trading Academy, bringing you another live market commentary. Today we're going to talk about Apple, AAPL. Why would I want to talk about Apple? Let's talk about how severely undervalued it is in comparison to the previous 52-week highs, the significant downturn the stock has taken. Now, I'm not saying it can't rally, it absolutely can, but there is going to be a point where it's going to face key levels of resistance, probably at previous support levels. So from 163 to 175, this is the what I'm going to consider the make or break range for the stock. If it cannot get above that 175 price, the likelihood of any significant rally taking place in the near term is probably going to be met more with the ideology that this is going to get faded incredibly hard, okay, to the downside. And what that means is that it's going to find resistance, and then we're going to see sellers trying to jump in to drive the stock price down, looking for the short-term sell trade. Now, for the longer term, if you kind of want to put Apple into perspective, there's great upside value. Now, it may never test the all-time highs again based on how they're going to report financial reports moving forward. However, that doesn't mean the stock does not have incredible value. But from a technical perspective, you should be looking to fade this rally from a short-term perspective until it crosses over that 175 price. There was a huge battle between buyers and sellers, and it really took some very aggressive and very extensive selling to drive the price below 175 and hold it. And since then, it's basically washed out and gotten to 146 very quickly uh, within this month. So that's the thing here, folks. This is a key price based on volume and trading activity, and in the future, I suspect that it's going to remain that factor. So immediate resistance short term could be found at right around 163 half to 164 evens. Then 170 would be the level of interest that I would look at, but 175 is going to be a major barometer for me on this stock. Regardless of what I like about Apple, I mean, I currently own the XS Max, so I clearly have the newest Apple products. That doesn't mean, or it's going to change my judgment based on what I see from a technical perspective, especially if the technicals have been proven right here in recent history. We have the death cross. That's where the 50-day moving average has crossed over the 200, and once it crossed over the 100-day, it really helped seal the fate of the downside, so to speak. We're finding a lot of technical resistance at all these key levels: the 50-day here, the 100-day here, and the 200-day here. And each time it led to a breach and extension. And well, if you want to know why I think that previous lows will offer up resistance, well, you could kind of see the low here at Apple on November 14th was 194.48. The high here on December 3rd, sorry, I misread that. That was a high. The low here was at 185.93, 184.94. So basically within that same detailed range, there was a lot of resistance in play. I'll kind of pull it up here so you can see it from a structural standpoint, on a bigger eclipse standpoint, that old low became that resistance, and it flushed the stock down. And then once it got below that 175, where that red line is, the point of control, the highest traded price of the entire calendar year, that 175 price, well, once it got below, it got knocked down and swung down pretty hard. That is why it's a point of interest. Until these levels are met, you should remain a bear. However, if there's short-term upside in this name, it definitely will be towards this 163 in the near term. we'll have to wait and see. I really do like the stock, of course. I like the long-term aspects of it. I like even the short-term possibilities if the market turns up. But if the markets do not turn up, this is going to be one of your shorting opportunities based on recent trading behavior. Now, I do want to mention that stock and stock options trading does involve a substantial degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Keep this name on your radar in the near term, folks. Take care and have yourself a wonderful trading week.